How long did you know Alexis? Because I know her mom said she recently moved to Houston.
Right. She moved here in January, and we met, I mean, within weeks of her moving here. Um, we, I was kind of looking for a new group of friends, and I brought this group of friends together, and she showed up to this dinner. And since that day, I mean, she's just been part of our circle.
What kind of, I mean, she's 26. I was telling you that I was scrolling through. It's kind of a deep dive. She just knew so many people. She was active. I was looking at this vacation that she and her husband had just taken, this road trip. She seemed bubbly and full of life to me. I didn't know her. How would you describe her?
Exactly like you did. She was always happy, always had a smile on her face. A lot of people looked up to her. She was just very, very positive, always very knowledgeable, knew a lot about what was going on, loved being an influencer, as you can see, and sharing, tips and tricks about makeup and hair and fashion. If we needed her for anything to do with that, she was the girl to go to for sure.
How did you meet her?
We actually met on Bumble BFF.
Oh, I've used it before and I've never had success. So she was a girl's girl. She was looking for friends when you met her.
Yeah, she was looking for friends, and she definitely found people that really, really loved her, truly.
And so kind of tell, like, when was the last time you talked to her?
She was actually at my house on Thanksgiving. We spent Thanksgiving together with my family. Um, and then we had made plans Friday to get together Saturday because it was raining. We were going to watch movies all day. And the last time I spoke to her was Friday around 6 o'clock, was when my last text message was sent to her.
PM.
Yes.
And did it go unresponded? Like, did you hear from her? That was period the end. Okay, you thought everything was okay.
Yeah, I thought everything was fine. And then the next morning I woke up really early. I sent a text to the group of girls. We have a shared chat. And said, who's coming over, movie day or whatever. Alexis would have been the first person to respond. I mean, if I'm going to jail, Alexis is the first person I'm calling or texting because I know she's going to answer within seconds. So I started getting a little concerned, and I said, this isn't normal, this isn't normal. And so all the girls kind of got together, and we were like, okay, well, when was the last time you talked to her? When was the last time you talked to her? And they all said around 6 p.m. Friday.
And what was that conversation about, the last text message you sent her?
The last conversation I had with her, she was asking me what I was doing Friday night. And I said, well, my mom's in town from Mexico, so I'm going to stay home with her. And then we said, okay, love you, whatever. And that was it. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. My mind doesn't even go anywhere. I still feel like she's here. I don't know who could have done something like this to her. We were her friends. She wasn't one to have a lot of group of friends. If she needed something, if she needed someone to come pick her up or take her somewhere, or if she was going to get in the car and go somewhere, it would have been to my house or the 7 other girls that she was close with.
And none of you all are in walking distance to her?
No.
So she would have, you really do believe she would have called you and said, come pick me up?
She would have called us or taken an Uber or something. I mean, she wouldn't have walked anywhere. No.
What can you, because you can't even wrap your mind around this, right? Like, what a 48 hours from Thanksgiving to Saturday. Can you even imagine who would have done this to her? Like, do you have a message to that person? They clearly tried to hide her body, and they disrespected her. I mean, just all of it so much. What do you say to that?
Whoever did this we're going to find them. We're going to do everything it takes so everyone can put her to rest in peace and where we can get answers and just move forward. But no one gets away with something like this. No one. I mean, just threw her on the side of the road naked like garbage. I don't get it. So ugly.
It is, right? It's kind of the worst. It is like garbage. I hadn't thought about it, but that's what it, right? And
Yep.
and 8 miles from where she was last seen, and I'm trying to like piece all the information together, and it just didn't seem to add up, especially hearing that she was among friends on Thanksgiving, like the day before, and making plans for that weekend.
Yeah, and like I said, it's very unlike her to not follow through with plans. It's very unlike her to not reach out when someone texts her. When we say something, we're doing something, she doesn't. She doesn't go back on her word at all. And she actually lives about 3 minutes away where her body was found.
I saw that, just 8 miles, just down the road.
Mm-hmm.
And is she ever like, is it like her to not have her cell phone with her, or any of the, like, have you talked to the, like, oh my gosh, this was not there, this is not there, this was.
No, she is attached to her phone. She is a social media queen. She's an influencer. She works from her phone. Like I said, if I was in trouble, she would be the first person I would call. And we called and called and called and called, and her phone was on, and her messages were being sent, but not being read because she had her read receipts on. And then until yesterday is when her phone was shut off by whoever has it. Or, you know, maybe it was thrown somewhere and it finally died. But, I mean, when we realized that her social media was not active for over 12 hours, you're like, okay, this is not right. Yeah, this is not right.
And were you in communication at all with her mom? I know they're out of state. They're trying to file these reports. I didn't know if, you know, sometimes moms reach out to the girlfriends, you know, because they just know how close we all are to each other.
Right. I gave it a little bit of time. I called her mom because I was the one that I went to her apartment, knocked on her door. You know, I did all that because I lived the closest. And so after a while, I was contemplating, should I call her mom? Like, I don't know what to do. I don't want to worry her because she's far, far away.
Right.
And finally, after a while of just sitting in my car outside of her apartment, I said, I have to call her because I'm a mom. I would want to know.
So you notified the mom?
Yes.
And then she got all the balls rolling?
Yep.
Yeah. What are you and your friends doing now?
Well, we just started a GoFundMe for the family, for, you know, hotel expenses, funeral stuff, because obviously that's not something they should be worried about right now.
Right.
We just organized a memorial, which we're having at Buffalo Bayou Park Thursday at noon.
Can we share that publicly?
Yeah, absolutely, please.
And then if you email me the GoFundMe link, I'll share that online as well.
Okay, yeah, I can send you that, and I can send you the flyer that we made if you'd like.
Yeah, noon on Thursday, okay?